Hey, welcome. Here's a common problem with the RAM ProMaster, a burnt out headlight. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to swap out my old halogen low beam for an upgraded, brighter LED from Sealight. Let's get started. Pop the hood, lift it and prop it open. There are two pieces of moldings that need to be removed, one at the bottom and one at the top. You can see here I've got a bolt missing. It's a standard 10mm bolt. You pull this part straight up and then curl out the end of it. My bottom piece has a number of clips missing. This was previously taken apart by a dealer, and look at how they smashed it all to pieces here. I should be replacing this piece. It's supposed to look like this right here, and actually have a clip on the end of it. This is the kind of clip that we're talking about. There's literally one holding this piece on. The headlight assembly is held in place with 3 different bolts and one plunging clip. All 3 bolts are 10mm. Here we are down at the bottom, removing one of the 2 10mm bolts on the underside of the headlight. Here's the 3rd and final 10mm bolt. The whole unit pops straight out with just a gentle pull. There is a single electrical connection on the back. You press down the release tab and it'll pop right off.
Here we go. All right, let's go inside and look at it.
The 2 bulbs, high and low, are concealed within the assembly under these 2 watertight covers.
Not much to that.
A gentle counterclockwise twist will pop them out.
Let's get the camera in there. I guess at this point I shouldn't be surprised, but this isn't even mounted correctly. It's just loose in here. I haven't done anything yet. It's not mounted at all. Obviously a life on this fan, and this is what I'm going to replace. I'll take a look at this is the low beam. I'll take a look at the high beam and see if it's mounted better, but I'm going to pull this one out. Difficult for me to do with the camera in the way, so I'll let you know what I find. I just pulled the cover off the high beam and it's mounted correctly. You can see there's a screw right there holding it in, and it's secure, and nothing on this side. That would probably be the retainer there, but we'll put it together properly.
Let's pause the video here for a minute and look at the orientation. The tab on the bulb is towards my thumb release clip. This may or may not be important.
To me, this does not look burnt out, but I don't know that for sure.
I think it rattled loose inside the housing and wasn't getting a proper ground. Nonetheless, I'm going to swap it out with a new LED.
My plan here is to replace it with this, Scope Arc Sealight. It is an LED light, and it is an H7. So we'll just pop it open, take a look at it. Well, that's different looking. Cool. So I want to just focus on this just for a minute. I have placed this like this. How do I explain this? The bottom here, it's got a little moving clip, this thing. I'm placing the round part. We get a good look at this piece here. You can see how it's shaped. There's a round edge. I'm placing the round edge in this area. So in other words, the part with the tab, let's just pop it in here. We'll find out in a little bit if this is correct or not. Okay, I'm placing it like that. So this little tab, you can see it here, is away or furthest from this clip.
So to be clear, this is exactly the opposite of how I pulled it apart.
I used the high beam on the other side here to do a comparison, but unfortunately it's actually a slightly different clip. But that is my best guess. Now, looking at the hole there, and I've never done this before, so we'll find out here in a minute, I'm thinking that this little tab actually goes underneath here, like inside and then up.
It doesn't. Another incorrect assumption on my part.
And then this somehow clips down, and I have no idea if that's right. There's no way I can show you this because I can't see what I'm doing myself. I'm going to have to put the camera away and get in there myself because I can't see. It would appear that I've got that wrong. I do have it clipped in right now. I don't know why. But if you look at that tab at the top, it's on the outside, not the inside. And the whole unit, just at the last little bit, it just sort of went click. And I honestly don't know what's holding it in. I'm assuming this lever here, I'd be able to bring this up and then squeeze it and pop it back out. But literally it took me so long to get that thing sorted out, I'm just going to leave it.
Good time to stop the video again and provide some additional context. The Sealight Score Park is designed to plug and play, so it will power on no matter which way it's plugged in. But only the correct physical orientation will aim the light correctly. Here's what you should know. Physically inspect the LED chips. Pull the bulb and check the position of the LED chips. The chips should face left and right, so your 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock position. If they're pointing up and down, 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, it's incorrect, even if it lights up. If it's installed incorrectly, remove the bulb, rotate in the collar or mount, and reinstall it. Test the beam pattern again. Shine the lights on a wall. A clean, flat cutoff with a defined top edge is correct. A scattered, wide, or high beam with no cutoff is upside down or misaligned.
And so I'm going to run out to the vehicle, I'm going to plug it in, I'm going to see if it actually works, and if it does, I'll replace the low beam on the other side as well.
Here's a close-up of the waterproof plugs that seal the light assembly. First, I'm reconnecting the electrical connection to the back of the light housing assembly. Nice view of my back here. You're welcome.
Okay.
Then we pop the assembly back into its seat.
Okay, it should just click in. Nope. There we go. No, try it.
Before I go any further, I'm going to turn on the lights to see if they work.
LED, halogen.
2 halogen. Then we reinstall the 3 bolts. I'm adding just a drop of oil to each 10mm bolt. After the light assembly is installed, we reinstall the 2 panels. There was a bolt missing here, so I added a new stainless steel 10mm bolt.
Well, that totally worked. I'm going to swap out the other side and I'll be done. Just a quick little tip. When you see one of these things missing, don't assume it's missing. It might be stuck to the frame.
Okay, now I have 2 LED low beams and 2 halogen high beams. I'm going to use it this way for a few days and see if it's necessary to swap out the high beams as well.
Okay, first drive with these new headlights. They are way too high. I'm getting flashed by everybody. As a matter of fact, the high beams are lower than the low beams. They're bright, but they're not pointed on the road. So I'm going to have to talk with, maybe email the company and figure out how they're supposed to be set up for this vehicle. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, look at this. The whole garage is lit up, and that's the low beams. That's got to be horrible. Let's turn on the high beams. Yeah, they're lower. Okay, I got to fix that.
Welcome to Sealight LED. How may I help you?
Hi, I have a Sealight product that I bought on Amazon, and
Okay.
they suggested they connected me with you. I guess you look after Amazon orders. It is an LED light that is designed for the RAM ProMaster, and although both bulbs work, they are not working well in the RAM ProMaster. They are significantly high. In other words, all vehicles are flashing me as they come towards me, and the bulbs, I believe, are installed correctly, with the light emitting diodes pointing at the 3 o'clock and the 9 o'clock position. So I'm looking for some assistance.
Okay, sir. According to this information, it's an electrical problem, sir. When did you install these lights?
Yesterday?
Okay, yeah, it's an electrical problem. You need the decoders. It's the name of the additional resistor. These decoders will fix the problem that you have. And if you order from Amazon, we can send you them for free without additional cost.
Okay, I just want to pause for a minute because I want to understand what you're telling me. Even though these lights are working, you're saying I need a decoder to make them work correctly for a RAM ProMaster?
Correct, sir, yes.
Okay, well, I'm all ears. So what do you need from me?
First, I need your order number, sir.
Sealight's customer service was good. However, I'm not convinced that their advice would necessarily resolve my issue. While researching their decoders, I found that Sealight sells decoders for their H7 LED headlight bulbs, specifically for the RAM ProMaster. This is because some vehicles, including certain ProMaster models, can experience issues when aftermarket LED bulbs are installed. These issues arise from the vehicle's computer system detecting a difference in power consumption compared to the original halogen bulbs. These decoders are designed to address problems such as flickering, error messages, or warning lights on the dashboard that may occur when replacing halogen bulbs with LEDs. In my case, however, I'm not experiencing any of those issues. There's no flickering, no error messages, and no warning lights. Our actual problem is that although the lights are installed correctly, the beam is aimed far too high, directly into the line of sight of oncoming drivers. A decoder won't fix this. The decoder functions as a bridge between the LED bulb and the vehicle's electrical system. It essentially adds resistance to the circuit to simulate the power draw of the original halogen bulb. It doesn't have any effect on the alignment or direction of the light beams, which is the real issue here. To Sealight's credit, just 4 hours after my phone call, I received the following email from them. Thank you for contacting us via phone call. They go on to talk about describing the issue. Then they ask, if you're willing to hold this order, we'd like to send a new set of S6-87 bulbs for you, as they have lower luminance than the S1 Pro H7. Well, this is interesting. They now want to send me a completely different bulb. Take a good look at the difference in their appearance.
Okay, I have the new headlights installed. This is the second set of LEDs. And these are the low beam, and here are the high. And you'll notice the low beam are both higher than the high beam. So this isn't a situation where I can just adjust the lights and to lower them. I'd be lowering my high beam as well. So these are not working. I'm going to take them out and flip them around and do one more try before I switch back to my halogens. Alright, I've swapped the LED on the left side back to a halogen, so I have low beam on right now. Look where it's pointed. Now let's go to high beam. So at least the high beams are nice and bright, that's for sure. They're also halogen. I'm going to pull out the right one now and put back in the halogen, and I'm going to have to keep researching this.
Okay, so here's some lessons learned. The LED bulb upgrades are available for the RAM ProMasters. These are drop-in replacements, no modifications needed. That's the first point. Bulbs can be swapped out in a matter of minutes with a 10mm socket and a Phillips screwdriver. The 2014 RAM ProMaster does not need the decoder to work properly. I can't speak for other model years. 2 different bulbs from Sealight will work with the ProMaster, the LED Type S1 Pro Model H7 and the LED Type S6 Model H7. Other than their appearance, I could not tell any difference in their brightness or the direction of their beam once installed in the ProMaster. All LED bulbs that I tried installed in the low beam position on the ProMaster do not direct their light beam correctly. They were all too high and too bright for oncoming traffic. Having your low beam headlights aimed too high can have several serious negative impacts, especially for oncoming traffic and overall road safety. We've all been there, driving at night and suddenly hit with a blinding headlight from the opposite lane. It's frustrating, even dangerous, and takes your eyes a moment to recover. None of us want to be that guy with lights aimed too high. It's easy to overlook, but misaligned low beams can seriously affect other drivers. So on that point, it's important to know that on the 2014 RAM ProMaster, adjusting the headlight aim will affect both the low beam and the high beam because they are housed in the same headlight assembly and share the same adjustment mechanism. If you adjust the headlights up or down, both beams will move accordingly. If your high beam aim is perfect, but your low beam is too high, adjusting it down will bring both beams down, which will make the high beam aim too low. For this reason, I used original quartz bulbs in the low beam position and installed the Sealight LED Type S6 Model H7 in the high beam position. You can see the color differences here. I have the lights shining against a restaurant window. The low beam are yellow in color and the high beam are white. and here they are in use.
Okay, we're on a dirt road here with the lights on. I now have the quartz bulbs installed left and right. They're adequate. I wouldn't say they're great. I actually think the camera makes them look brighter than what they are. But you get a good view of the road. Most importantly, nobody's flashing me anymore, so they're not too bright and they're not too high. And here's the high beams. And those are fantastic. Those are LEDs. So I've installed the LEDs in the high beam position and just the regular quartz in the low beam. And I think that's how we're going to leave them.
Hey, thanks for watching.